Yeah, Fran, how impressive is it that he could do this, that Luka could do this, considering he's got to run basically 90 feet per possession, get up and down, get in real physical contact almost on every trip up the floor, and still stay healthy and be able to score at this proficiency?
Yeah, first of all, he's in phenomenal shape. He's always been in phenomenal shape. So, the size of the court, I don't think matters to him. It just gives him more space to operate. He pushed himself to be able to run the way he runs and consistently deal with the contact that he gets. Just really an amazingly gifted athlete on so many different levels. I'm just so proud of him, happy for him. It's great to see the recognition he got after the game from all the former players. And that meant a lot to him.
Coach, the next question from Mark Emmert.
Yeah, Fran, I saw you talking to Luka for quite a while after the game there. What was your message to him?
I just told him I loved him. I appreciate him as our leader. Every game, you just become more and more impressed with how he goes about his business and the example that he sets for everyone in that locker room, for everybody that's going to come behind him. Makes everybody that came before proud. It was real simple. I just told him I loved him and I'm proud of him. We're not done.
The next question from Rob Howe.
Fran, Luka always talks about the most important numbers to him are the victories. How significant is it that this record came in a victory where he was a big part in the second half?
Yeah, I don't even think you would have wanted to talk about it, Rob, if we had lost the game. But to feel a sense of accomplishment that he had a double-double and to see those guys on the Jumbotron and be able to celebrate and smile with his teammates, I think it was great for him. It was great for his dad who's here, but it was great for me as his coach to be able to just step back and watch him enjoy the moment. You don't realize maybe sometimes how amazing an accomplishment that is until you look at the list and you see those guys and you just think of all the great players, all the guys that played in the NBA, all the guys that were just winning players on great teams. And to be at the top, that's pretty special.
The next question, Coach, from Scott Docterman.
Is it possible that maybe he pressed a little bit early in the game, and then because once he set the record, I think he scored 10 straight points and just looked loose and free flowing a little bit more?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, you can ask him. I don't think so. I mean, early in the game they come after him. They were real physical with him. They were rotating guys on him. You can ask him that.
The next question from Chad Leistico.
Hi, Fran. Non-Luka question coming here. CJ Fredrick looked like himself to me today. I know he looked good the other night at Wisconsin as well, but just did you see anything different in him in practice and this week at all, or was he just kind of flourishing tonight for some reason?
I think, Chad, he's just a terrific player. I mean, the kid's a terrific player. I mean, as far as, how he looks in practice, we don't do that much with him in practice right now, to be honest with you. He'll do some, he does what he needs to do to feel right to play in the games. And that's all we're going to do with him. And when he's on the floor, we're a different team. You saw it. Mm-hmm. That's why you made the point that you made, especially early. We jumped them early. They're going to make a run. They're a competitive group.
Okay, final question from me.
But the kid is just, he's just a terrific basketball player in every sense of the word.
Could I follow up, Chris, real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, is it a scenario where you kind of don't know what you're going to see from him necessarily till he gets out there? I mean, I know he's a good player. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, do you kind of wait to see how he looks before you decide how much you're going to play him?
Yeah, yeah, I guess that's true, but it's kind of true of everybody. Everybody's got something, or sometimes guys just don't play well. So that will determine how much they play. but he clearly looked like himself tonight. And I thought so the other night as well. Big three at the end of the half, played 30 minutes, 31 actually, I think. So, we'll just, figure out for him, how he feels tomorrow, how he feels the next day, what he's going to do. Is he going to shoot? Is he going to actually go live? It's really good. We'll just get him ready for Thursday.
The next question from Mike Halas.
Fran, what did Penn State do that your last couple of opponents didn't succeed in doing to keep this such a tight game?
They do what they always do, Mike. I mean, they compete. They defend. They fly around, play with great energy. I think they're an unselfish group. But, they fought. And we had to fight today to get a win. That's a really good team.
The next question from Don Doxey.
Yeah, Fran, we're talking a lot about offense, but you really won this game more with defense. You held them scoreless for about 5 minutes there in the second half. Can you talk about what you saw in that stretch?
Yeah, I thought defensively that's about as well as we can play. We were really locked in on the ball. We were connected. We rebounded. I mean, at halftime, I think they had one more rebound than us. We ended up with 11 more than them. So that means we out-rebounded them by 12 in the second half. So we were rebounding the ball. We were getting stops. There weren't a lot of second shot opportunities, which they're really good at typically. I think they lead the league in offensive rebounding. So, you look and say, okay, Ra in particular, he averages 4, he only had 2. So really impressive in that area.
Anything else for Coach McCaffery? All right, Coach, thanks.
To keep you.
You're good, Chad. You're good.
I don't know if we've talked to you since the Michigan game was announced. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. But what do you make of this stretch coming up now? But I guess, did you know that was going to happen? And you got a pretty big week here.
We've been talking about this all summer, Chad. As we started to finalize what the schedules were going to look like at the beginning of the season. We left some time at the end knowing that somebody was going to be on pause and, we're going to have to squeeze some games in. We're going to have to move games around. So that's what we did. You just get the call, hey, you're going to play Michigan on Thursday. Okay, we're going to play Michigan anyway. So what difference does it make when we play them? I mean, what we try to do is not have a team have a one-day prep. Obviously some teams have had to do that. We had to do it with Ohio State. But nobody's complaining about it because we all agreed to it. We're going to get the games in. Let's get the games in. If they have to be moved around, we'll move them around. You're going to play the same teams. You're going to, you hope that they don't, I feel bad for Nebraska. You got to go on the road and play 2 games in the same weekend. That's a little bit different. But like I said, if we play Michigan this week or next week, doesn't matter to us. I mean, 16 or 17 and 1 or whatever they are, they're really good. So they're going to be good no matter when you play them.
Coach, I'll keep you for one more. Final question from Michael Loss.
Fran, will you go back and forth, Michigan and Ohio?
That's a very good question, Mike. I don't know that answer yet. It probably makes more sense to stay out, but we will discuss that probably tonight or tomorrow morning. Good question, though.
Okay, Coach. Thanks again for your time.
Yeah, Luka, how much did this kind of weigh on your mind throughout either the game or as it progressed? I mean, you hit the free throw before you made the record. It kind of probably showed maybe you were pressing a little bit. And then afterwards you hit, I think, you scored 10 straight points. So were you cognizant of where you were on the scoreboard?
Honestly, I think, the moment I really started thinking about it was, once we called that timeout, I knew, if I hit 2 that I was going to pass it. So that was only really the moment. I think the whole first half, and I was fine. And then, once I got past that point, obviously I was a little nervous on the free throw. And after that, I was, I kind of just calmed down and was able to play for the rest of the game. But yeah, no, I think, I just, that the free throw was the only point where I felt like I was pressing. I was really locked into the game for the first half. I think I just missed a couple of jumpers, but, I was able to get to the rim and get going a little bit in the post. And that's where I was the best tonight, was on the block end, and I'm just really proud of all our guys. CJ played amazing today, and it really helped us out. And, Penn State's a really tough team, and they play really hard, and they defend. And I think in the second half, we did a really, really good job of defending and stopping them, and that's what won us the game.
Luka, the next question from Rob Howe.
Luka, what's the significance of this coming in a victory? You talked about that being the most important number to you. Could you even imagine doing this and not getting a win? I mean, I'm just kind of what makes it that much more special. Yeah, no,
it wouldn't have felt, the same. It felt really good to get a win, to continue this win streak and to have that, kind of as a special bonus on the end. It just wouldn't have felt right without the win. And that's why the whole game I was really locked into just doing whatever I could to help the team win. And, the only time where it kind of wavered from that was when I was on the free throw line and we had the whole timeout. And, I was just kind of thinking about it in that moment. But once I got through that, I was able to just settle down and be able to be out there with my guys. And I think, we started to get it into me in the post, and then everything started opening out on the outside. And CJ was just really, really good tonight. Weezy really battled back in the second half, and that shows a lot of growth in Weezy. You talk about a guy who's been on a run that is, second to none probably in the country right now in terms of how people are playing, how they're shooting the ball. And for him to have a first half where he's struggling a little bit, and to be able to come in the second half and be aggressive. And I think that's what happens, once you get to a level where you're able to score the ball very consistently. You're going to have that night where you start off, a little bit slow. And he did that, and he bounced back and was huge for us in the beginning of the second half and really put us back into the game, and did a really good job with that. So.
Luka, the next question from Mark Emmert.
Yeah, Luka, two things. One, have you ever airballed a free throw before, or was that a sign of how nervous you were? And then secondly, the basket that you set the record on, that pass from Bohannon, how many thousands of times have you run that play with Jordan Bohannon here?
Yeah, no, I mean, first of all, yeah, I've never airballed a free throw in my life. So, I think, it was a miracle the first one went in out of the two of them. I was very surprised. Neither of them felt good. I was just thinking about it a little too much. And obviously after that, you saw once I, got past that, I made 4 in a row. So, it wasn't really, anything to do with the free throw. It was just, they called timeout, and I looked at the scoreboard. I knew where I was at, and, I had the whole timeout to think about it. And then I got up to the line, had to think about it again. So, and I think, it felt fitting, the pass gave from J-Bo, on a, low post feed. And it just, that really speaks to, how lucky I've been over my career to play with some really, really good guards. And obviously, with J-Bo, who, next game, he's going to get, a significant record as well. And probably by, passing the all-time leading assists. So, that speaks to how lucky I've been in my career to be around some really, really good players and really good teammates that just, were able to, feed me the ball like, I've never been in my life, I had as good guards, and that just, they made me look good, over the course of my career. So this is not an individual accomplishment. I don't see it that way. I see it as a team thing. When your team is focused on, getting the ball inside, sharing the ball around, it's a team thing. So I'm just really, really blessed to have the teammates that I've had over my career that have made me look good and, put me in this position.
Luka, the next question from Josh Christensen.
Luka, what does it mean to you that not only that, you've made history, but I talked to a few of Roy's former teammates, and they were really happy to see this happen, including somebody like BJ Armstrong. What does that mean to you when even Roy's former teammates are happy to see you break this record, even when they played with him for 3 or 4 years? They love that, it seemed like they appreciate what you have done, and it seems like you were the right guy.
It really means the world, to hear that. I think, once I got to the University of Iowa, like I always have been, I'm a big basketball fan. So, I like to know the history of everywhere I'm at in terms of basketball. And so obviously, that was the first name I kind of heard. And I've known and researched so much about Iowa basketball history, especially when I was getting recruited. So I knew, who Roy Marble was and, how good he was and, how great a person he was, how great of a teammate he was. And so it's truly, an honor to just even be in the same sentence as a guy like that. And to pass on, it's something I never could have dreamed about. It. Like I said, that is all the credit for this goes to, the coaching staff here, Fran McCaffery for recruiting me and all the teammates I've had and my family and the coaches I've had through the course of my career who have taught me the game of basketball. That is who, kind of got me to this position and to the University of Iowa, to the fans, to, for really changing my life. So I'm really lucky, to be in the situation that I'm in. And, it's an honor to pass someone like Roy Marble.
Luka, the next question from Tyler Devine.
Luka, how weird was this to do without fans there?
I think, honestly, we've grown used to having no fans. I think over the course of this season, we're 23 games in, so we know what it feels like not to have fans out there. So that really, obviously, I would have loved to have been in front of Hawkeye Nation and in the packed Carver Hawkeye Arena, obviously. But, for me, the most important thing about today was getting the win. We knew Penn State's a really good team. They've challenged a lot of great teams on the road. Michigan, they were right there. Ohio State, they were right there. They beat Wisconsin. They're a really good team. So we were really locked into being able to win this game. And so, I think going into this game, I was doing my best to not even think about it and just play. And, like I said, the only time I really thought about it was, that time out when I had to think about the 2 free throws. So that was really it. But, I think, it was a great team win. And a lot of guys battled. CJ Fredrick was amazing. And we played really, really good defense in the second half. We knew when we got to halftime, when we were all on each other, that we weren't playing defense to the level that we have been in these last 4 games. And our coaches have been, on us the whole way just to continue to never get comfortable. And I think once we got up 17-6, we took our feet off the gas a little bit. And I'm just proud of our guys for, being able to get it back on there and finish this game out.
Luka, the next question from Chad Leistico.
Hey, Luka, I know the points mean a lot, but how do you want to be remembered, I guess, in your Hawkeye career? You got about a month to go, maybe give or take.
Honestly, I just want to be remembered as a guy who loved the game of basketball, played as hard as he could and worked as hard as he could and was a great teammate and someone who tried to be a really good leader. That's it. I think, I've said this before that, I didn't come here to win awards, to score points. That wasn't my goal. When I came here, I wanted to win games. And, obviously after my freshman year, we were 14-19. That was something that was, I never experienced losing like that. And, I think it speaks to the guys that we have, still that we're from there and the guys that have come since then that, we built this program, after that 1 year, we took us back to another level where we were an overtime away from the Sweet 16. And obviously last year probably being, 5, 6, 7 seed again. And obviously this year with how we're doing. So, I think winning games is the most important thing to me. And every time I step on the floor, I play as hard as I can. And I play every game like it's my last. So, I think that's just kind of what, I want, people to talk about when they talk about, me.
Luka, the next question from Tom Kakert.
I wondered if you could give some thoughts on the video tribute that you got after the game and what you thought of that. And where's that park that your dad was at? Is that kind of a special meaning for you, that place that you shot more baskets than any place else in your life?
That video was awesome. I got a little emotional during it, just seeing all the people, that had something to say and that reached out and all the, friends on there and some of the legends on there. It was truly amazing that, they were, they took the time to make a video and say something to me and congratulate me. It felt really surreal in that moment. And, that court, it got renovated since I've been at the University of Iowa. So it wasn't quite that nice when, I was working out on it. But, that was, when I moved to DC for high school, I lived in a townhouse and that was a court that was right by there. And that's a court where, I dunked for the first time. And, that's the court I used to go out every single night and, and work out with my dad and work out by myself or, whatever the case may be. I'd even play in like a old man's league, they'd be playing, I'd just hop in and start playing with them. So there's a lot of good memories, from that court. And my dad was right. That is one of the places, besides my high school gym, that I probably spent the most time, working out. So that was really cool that, my dad took the time to do that. And that everybody, I'm so lucky to have the people around me that I do. And I've just really been blessed to, represent the University of Iowa and I will never, forget, what everybody, means to me and everybody has done for me through my time here.
2 more questions, Luka. The first one from Jarek Andreski.
Hey, Luka, congrats on the record. After you broke it, there was a timeout, and it seemed like there was sort of a sense of relief, and you were telling your teammates to sort of stay focused because the game was still in the balance at that point. And then after the game, you were smiling and hugging everybody, and it even seemed like you and Connor had some good laughs heading into the tunnel. When did the emotions of breaking the record hit? Have they hit you, or are they still sort of coming in waves right now?
Honestly, I think it's something that's really going to hit me later, in life. But, I think, once I did, get past it, we got that timeout and, I was just saying, I'm good now. I'm just going to, relax and calm down. And I was able to settle down and, knock some free throws down and be able to score in the paint, a little bit. And we were able to close this game out. So, I didn't want the focus of this game to be on that. And, I wanted the focus to be on winning. So, and that's what it was. The only time it was kind of off that was when I was at the free throw line. And, I just being around, my teammates in that moment and watching those people say all those kind words, about me, that was a surreal feeling, just, from, where I've been to, where I've come now. And, for me, that's something that continues to inspire me. And I'm going to continue to work as hard as I can to become the best player that I can be for the rest of my life. And my high school coach always told me that the harder I work, the luckier I'll get. So that's something that, sticks by me. And I've gotten really lucky so far. And I hope that continues. And, me and Connor were really sharing a laugh about the air ball. And I was just telling him how, nervous I was in that moment. and so that was really what it was about. And, we were just really glad that, we got this win. And I think, I was telling the team that, in these 4 years that I've been here, we haven't had a, 4-game win streak in February like we are now. And that's speaking to us as an experienced group, a mature group that's putting together things at the right time. We obviously had, a stretch where we weren't playing our best basketball, but now, having, CJ Fredrick back and healthy and looking as good as he did tonight, that really helps. And I think we got a lot of guys that are really locked in right now. To our goals and to continue to push ourselves to be a great defensive team. I think we weren't that great in the first half, and we were all, that locker room, we were all mad at each other, and we held them to 27 points in the second half, and they did not shoot a great percentage in that second half either. So, and that's a good offensive team. They score a lot of points. They got a lot of guys who can score the ball. So that's a really good feeling for our team and our defense, and we're going to continue to keep that moving forward. We got a lot of games left, and we got the biggest games left. So, I think our main focus is winning games and improving every day.
Luka, the final question tonight from Mike Halas.
After the video, you and your teammates went over to the people in the stands. Were there extra people here for this game for you?
No, there was a kid who has been part of our program, definitely since I got here, Tate, and we wore those shirts freshman year, the Tater Tough shirts, and it's a kid who's dealing with, with very serious cancer. And he's battling as hard as he can. And, you know, he was able to come up to the game tonight, which was really awesome for all of us. And we didn't know he was there at first, and the coach told us right after the video. And so we went over and said hello. And that's what, you know, that was about. So it's just, you know, to, you know, have someone like that be part of your program is inspiring, you know, and you know, Tate has an amazing family. He's an amazing kid. He's battled and persevered through, you know, so much, and you know, it really puts things into perspective, you know, and so, you know, it was a, you know, really, you know, important moment, and it was really cool, you know, that they were able to come out to the game and we were able to get a win and send them home happy. So, you know, we, you know, from, you know, our Hawkeye family to, you know, the Tate family, it's all love. So, you know, we're really blessed.
Well, Luka, thank you for sharing that. And thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, Jordan, did you know that Luka was on the verge of that scoring record when you passed him that ball?
Yeah, I think everyone knew when, especially after he airballed that free throw. I think that was a little too much in his head when he was shooting that second free throw and he airballed it. But it was pretty fitting for me to be able to, you know, pass him the ball on a pick and roll to have him break that record.
How badly did you want to be that guy that got that?
You know, it didn't really matter to me. I felt like it was kind of destined to be for me to be the one to pass it to him, and it kind of just happened how it did. But, you know, I thought we did a good job of, you know, finding him in important moments tonight, and he made the most of it.
The next question, Jordan, from Josh Christensen.
Yeah, Jordan, I was going to kind of ask what Mark was saying, but I guess, you know, with the number of assists that you've had in your career and as you know, approach, you know, with Horner's record, I mean, how cool is it that, or, I mean, I guess it's almost natural with you and Luka that, you know, with the amount of assists that you have and so many of them have gone to Luka and you've contributed as probably a lot of his points.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cool to, you know, kind of have that deal and thinking back, you know, all my assists have been, you know, equivalent to a lot of his points. I think that's really cool because every assist has I mean, it kind of sounds cliche, but every assist has a memory behind it. And looking back, all the assists I've had, you know, a lot of it, you know, goes back to Luka, goes back to Tyler Cook, you know, a lot of the big guys and a lot of the shooters, Peter Jock, all the way back to, you know, my freshman year. So, you know, it's been a fun journey, and just to look back on it all is pretty cool.
The next question from Mike Halas.
Jordan, we hear sort of the same things over and over about Luka, the work ethic, etc. Is there something that you can tell people about him that maybe they wouldn't know that they would appreciate?
I think just his mentality off the court. I think a lot of people need to realize how good of a person he is, and, you know, how well he treats other people around him. You know, whether we're, you know, hanging out as a team or, you know, before COVID being downtown and in the bars or just being around at someone's house, you know, no one to realize that he's a superstar athlete, that, you know, he's, you know, all-time leading scorer at Iowa and all this stuff. He's a person that treats everyone how he wants to be treated, respects everyone, treats his teammates like family, and he really cares about everyone around him. And I think that's the most important thing to look at Luka Garza is, you know, what he's able to do off the court as well as what he has done on the court. But, you know, I've always been someone that's looked at the bigger picture of life and what he has going for him off the court and his personality and character. It's going to go, you know, leaps and bounds from him, you know, beyond his basketball career, and you know, how he treats others. It's just how everyone should be in this world.
The next question from Chad Leistico.
Hi, Jordan. Can you maybe just frame, I guess, since you've been through it yourself, you know, what kind of pain CJ's playing through, and just the fact that he keeps hitting big shots for you, especially tonight when you guys really needed it?
Yeah, he's just a warrior. He's just like the type of guy that came to Iowa, wanted to play for Iowa. Thought he was going to be a walk-on at first because he really wanted to play for the Iowa Hawkeyes, and ended up getting a scholarship right away. It all worked out for him, and he came in, you know, having pride in wearing that Iowa jersey. And I think that's been the mentality for a lot of these guys on this team this year. We really are fortunate to be on the floor, you know, wearing the Iowa jersey across our chest and not too worried about the name on our back of our jersey. And he's just one of those guys that continues to, you fight through whatever adversity that, faces him. And he's just that type of guy you want on the team, and continues to, be positive no matter, what type of day he is having with his injuries or whatever. He's going to continue to, try to be positive and make the most of the day and continue getting better and being around the team. And, like I said, being positive.
The next question from Tom Kakert.
Jordan, kind of got a twofold question for you. You almost got it where you broke the assist record on Luka's one. Are you aware of how close you are to that record now? And when Luka hit that bucket, did it kind of free you guys up a little bit? It seemed like you guys relaxed a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, for the first part of the question, I knew a little bit how close I was to the record. I've always said that this assist record means more to me than my three-point record, because I've always prided myself in being an unselfish player and getting guys going on my team when they're, hitting shots and finding guys and controlling the tempo of the game. And I think that's something I've done a really good job of when I got here, and being able to, make certain passes at certain points. And but that second part of the question, when Luka was able to get going, like always, it always frees up everyone on the team. And we got out in transition a little bit. And I think the biggest difference from first half to second half is our defense. We were able to get stops on, the defensive end, and able to get runouts. And a lot of our runs came in transition, like it always does. So our ability to get stops in important moments and continue to, getting down the floor, running the ball. And that's how Luka got a couple of shots, and that's how Weezy got going in the second half.
Jordan, the next question from Mike Kalas.
How do you feel about what lies ahead in these next two games on the road?
It's going to be fun. I don't know if we're going to be staying there from Thursday to Sunday. I kind of hope not, but either way, we're going to be ready for Thursday, and we're looking forward to it. And this is the kind of basketball that we signed up for. We signed up to play at Iowa, to play in these types of games, to change the program. And this is another way to push the needle forward, is be able to play on national television against two really great teams this next week, and be ready to play. But for now, we're going to take some time off. When we have a day off tomorrow, I'll get our bodies back right, and get back after it on Tuesday.
Any more questions for Jordan Bohannon? Okay, Jordan.
Yeah, CJ, what was working for your offense tonight? I think this is your highest point total since 2020. So, I mean, did you make it an emphasis to kind of get out to a hot start, or what kind of worked for you tonight?
Yeah, I think like I said last time, that Wisconsin game, playing 31 minutes was huge for me, just to get another real game, playing big minutes. I was able to just get in the rhythm, kind of get back to the feeling of actually playing a game. It's a lot different from sitting and then actually trying to play 31 minutes. So that game was huge for me. I came out this evening, I felt way more comfortable. I felt like my conditioning was a lot better. I had the right mindset. I was just reading what they were going to do. If they were closing out hard, I was just going to shot fake and do like a little one dribble pull up, or try to find Luka, or just make the right plays. But like I said, playing against Wisconsin and just getting those minutes and real game reps really helped me, and it's going to help me the rest of the year.
CJ, the next question from Chad Leistico.
Hey, CJ, do you have a sense when your team needs a big shot? I mean, and try to become that guy in those moments? Is that something you consciously do or feel, I guess? Seems like it happens a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to make the right plays at the right time. If it's down the stretch and I need to make a big play, I'll make a big play. I just always try to read the game and make the right plays.
The next question, CJ, from Tom Kakert.
CJ, what was it like seeing Luka get the record? And were you guys, I don't know, pressing, but almost trying to do too much to get him the ball at points during the game?
I don't think so. I just think he's just so dominant. We just want him to have the ball. We were looking a little too much and not making the defense move. But what an accomplishment. I'm honored to be one of his teammates. He's a great leader. He's a great guy in the locker room. Obviously, one of the best Hawkeyes, the best. Like I said, just tremendous honor for him, and really proud to be his teammate.
The next question, CJ, from Mark Emmert.
CJ, I wanted to ask you one about Joe Wieskamp. Obviously, a pretty frustrating first half for him, but he comes out and scores your first 9 points of the second half. Is that something you guys talked about at halftime, or did you see that coming from him? And what do you think of his stretch of play there?
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I said to him after the game, big time start of the second half. You're the reason you got us going. He was one of the reasons we won this game, I believe, because in the second half, he was aggressive. He was making the right plays, and he really got us going. They were really in his space. And as the game went on, he was tremendous.
The next question, CJ, from Chad Leistico.
Hi again. Coach said he doesn't work you too much in practice. When you go out there, 30 minutes or however many, do you not know what to expect necessarily when you get out there in game speed, or have you gotten to the point now you do know what to expect?
Like I said, in that Wisconsin game, that was just a great game to judge where I'm at and just get a game under me, a real 31 minutes, big boy basketball. And I just felt way more comfortable today. Like Coach said, I haven't been doing much in practice. I'm kind of on a mileage thing. I get to like 1.5 or 2 miles of practice, and I kind of shut it down. It's just the nature of my injury I have. I'm going to have good days, going to have bad days. I've been having good days and just mentally being able to fight through the pain and just kind of push forward.
I guess to follow up, how excited are you to be able to be in this position now that you're feeling better? You got a game at Michigan this Thursday, which is playing really well, and at Ohio State on Sunday.
Yeah, I was happy with the way I played, and I was just happy to be out there playing again. I think this was my first game back-to-back in a while, so just to be out there playing back-to-back, it was fun. It was really – I just felt like I was in a really good rhythm. I was playing at my pace again, and I had an understanding of the game, and I was able to read the game. And we got a big one Thursday, so I'll do everything I can to do my rehab with Brad and try to get ready for that one.
The next question from David Eichelt.
Yeah, CJ, you guys held Penn State to only 2 field goals over the final 12 minutes or so. What kind of clicked for you guys in the second half defensively to kind of ramp up the intensity?
Yeah, at halftime we knew we had to get stops. That was a huge emphasis. The bench was huge on the defensive end. They went on a huge defensive Penn State couldn't score for a little bit. And that was because our bench, the length with Patrick, Keegan, Jack, Joe T on the ball, it causes a lot of problems, and they really got us going. Penn State's a heck of a team. They take you off the balance. They can shoot it. They attack the offensive glass. They have played everyone tough, and we knew exactly what was coming. We did a great job on defense in the second half.
Any other questions for CJ Fredrick? Okay, CJ, thank you.